Hey guys, Crystal here with the Unity Stamp Company project. Today we're using Whit-Kit. We're doing some tone-on-tone stamping using two distress oxides, worn lipstick, and cherry red. And as you can see, we're using the beautiful butterfly from the Whit-Kit. And I'm just repetitive stamping on a piece of pink cardstock. I love distress oxides because they're so versatile and you can stamp with them. We're going to let this dry just a little bit. Once that is dry, we're going to grab another piece of white cardstock and we're going to use black ink and we're going to stamp that beautiful sentiment again from the Whit-Kit, the Grow Evolve, and we're going to stamp that directly onto that pink cardstock. So as you can see, it's just a very simple stamping. You can totally heat emboss if you really want to get that raised look. So while we let that dry, we're going to stamp on another piece of white cardstock two of these gorgeous butterflies from the same stamp kit. We're going to cut those out. But before we do that, I'm going to grab some ink blender. So we're going to use the same colors we use for the stamping of those butterflies, and just using my blender brush, we're going to blend them. By blending your stamp images, it makes it really easy to color, and you can still get a gradient of color. So I'm going to grab my cracked pistachio, bring it in onto the edges, and then blending into the pink. And then as you can see, I've got some of that blending outside of my lines, and that's perfectly fine because as I mentioned earlier, we're going to cut it out. So then we're going to grab that red and just add a little bit of red to that center part of the butterfly, just really giving it a little more dimension. I'm going to fussy cut all around. So as you can see, my little butterflies are ready to go. I've added a piece of foam adhesive on the back. We're placing those directly on the card. Then we're going to grab our Nuvo precision glue included in the kit, and we're just going to follow some of those lines. And it's such a really fine tip that you can follow the lines of that butterfly. So you're wondering, why are we doing this? Well, as we place the glue and it gets a little bit tacky, just give it a couple seconds to really get it nice and tacky. We're going to bring in our gilding flakes that are also included in the kit. So it's a super value kit. As you can see, super easy to make some cards. I added just a couple of little dots, and this is going to be some embellishment. I have a cardboard box. I'm going to grab my gilding flakes. Don't sneeze and don't breathe. These things are so lightweight, and I found that I really wanted to place just sheets of where I had my glue. That way, when it's dry, I can just kind of flick off or brush off the gilding flakes, and you can reuse. So it looks really kind of messy. We're just adding all this foil, and I am loving it. And again, this is the gold gilding flakes, and this is included in this month's Whit-Kit. So I'm just kind of pressing them down. Make sure your fingers don't have any glue, because you will end up trying to get that off your fingers. And we're just going to press and let it dry. Drying time on this was about 5 minutes. I grabbed a brush and just brushed that off nice and rough. So if your glue is nice and dry, the excess is going to pop off really easy. And we have all this beautiful gold details on the butterflies, and then we even have a little droplets here and there. So guys, that does it for me. I'm using this month's Whit-Kit. Be sure to go grab it. It's still available on the Unity Stamp Company. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.